Why do I care about them?
I don't know, anime. Why do you care about these insects?
I don't kill people.
In hindsight, it's kind of great that they're actual literal insects. Like, he's caring about insects, having probably seen humans as insects for a very long time. Invincible Season 2, Episode 5. Mark's thinking, wow, I really should have trained a little bit more. Mark's got a lot of things to do. He's got to train, he's got to tell Debbie, he's got to rescue Earth, he's got to read his father's books. Read my book, such a heartbreaking thing. Those are his last words.
The city.
This is the second time for Mark.
We can take you there.
But at least his father didn't do it this time, so there's that.
Mark. Nolan. Where's Nolan?
The Viltrumite.
Where's Nolan? What is going to happen to Nolan?
The city. These people, it's all our fault.
I mean, yes and no. I mean, not really. It's not your fault. It's the attacking Viltrumite's fault. Mark taking responsibility for everything in all the galaxies. You could have trained more, though. Also amazing that, like, in the span of one episode, Omni-Man comes back and also gives his life, potentially, for an insect species.
Our culture doesn't assign blame. We only look forward.
I like your culture.
We will rebuild, Mark. Count on that.
Damn, the stepmom Mark didn't know he needed. Oh, he's sticking around. Wow, his professors are going to be very upset about his lack of attendance. How will he ever succeed in life now?
I have good news. We've completed a ship to take you home.
Is that the guy who brought him here?
Return to your planet.
Wow.
And your center for learning and drink.
Thanks, but I can't go yet.
That took me a minute, but I mean, basically, he gets it.
Your people must need your strength.
In 3 weeks, nobody will be around to remember the invasion.
I'm sure they got it covered.
Uh-oh.
The might of omnipotence!
Named very, very on the nose. I mean, they got real big problems like, you know, the Lizard League.
You've helped enough. It's time you returned home. But there is something else I must ask of you.
You need to train Mark.
Take your brother
A lot.
with you.
He might I mean, yeah, he'll be all right.
Mark, look at me. Look how much older I am than when you first.
Oh, well, I didn't notice. You don't say. The kid's lifespan, well, I guess we know.
Ages quicker than you.
Yeah, 'cause he's still a baby at this point. Right, yeah.
I'll be gone before he can form a sentence.
Wow, that's heartbreaking.
What mother would abandon him to a life like that?
My dad was worried about that for me, too.
Oh, that's right.
But if he lives, he'll go searching for you, not me.
Wait, no, that's
My
not...
time with Nolan was special.
I really look forward, like, forward.
Remember me, child.
You cannot sufficiently say goodbye in this moment. It's just never gonna...
Let you go.
There's nothing you can do.
Please. Very soon you'll be all he has, and he will need someone.
Wow, that is insane. The way this plot is ramped up into one episode and a 10th. Mark just got the responsibility of fatherhood and the survival of the universe. That's going to be a lot to explain to Amber. I think this is one of the challenges of ability. It becomes difficult to weigh what you should be doing or what you could be doing against just like your own normal needs. I mean, what Mark can do is so tremendously... radically greater than any other human in a certain sense, very particular to what Mark can do. No one else can do it really. It creates a very weird question and dilemma for other things like Amber, you know, school, even Debbie. What does it matter? Like, what does any of it matter in the face of what's at stake? I mean, I would argue it does matter, and I would argue that it's important for Mark to live a life that's good, otherwise he'll just implode. But it's not an enviable position, speaking of the challenges of being an ultra powerful hero. This show is making great strides at making superhero-dom non-enviable. I mean, there's a very basic and related corollary for real life, which is something I was thinking about with My Hero Academia. I think the way I used to think about it was that the major pain of life is being insignificant, being just a speck of dust in the universe. There's no point to one's life or existence. Nothing you do matters. The sort of nihilistic outlook. Then that gave way to sort of glee of, well, actually, maybe there is some significance. Maybe people do matter more than they understand. That gives way to something terrible again, which is like, oh crap, I actually have a lot of things I can do. And not only that, it's incredibly important that I do that and live up to my potential. It's like the purpose and mission of my life. That's in some ways more horrifying to think about than like I'm nothing. In a way, I'm nothing matters is freedom, because like whatever, what are you going to do about that? If you're just destined to be a nothing, then you're just a nothing. But once you realize like, no, I have something like a destiny that I am not guaranteed to reach, that I have to really work hard and sacrifice important things and my preconceptions and suffer to reach, that is real pain. I mean, it's also beautiful. In that light, that it's hilarious in a bizarre way. It's like, oh, you thought your life was painful because you're nothing? It's way worse. It's way worse. You actually are something. You thought you wanted that, but actually you probably don't. And that's maybe even why there is a gravitation towards the idea that nothing matters. I can't do anything to affect my life. I'll have no impact no matter what I do. In typical superhero fashion, the powers are kind of an example of potential and contribution. And so in that sense, I'm getting this feeling of dread for Mark, who is so quickly awakening to just how far he could go and how difficult it will be to get there.
Thanks, Paul. See you tomorrow.
Debbie's just gotten over all this and then...
Wait, forgot to give you this. It's from all of us at the office.
Well, Debbie likes wine. They know Debbie. Or maybe she was done with wine. What am I saying? Oh, the cupboard looks okay. You don't do it. Yeah, don't do it, Debbie. This is character growth. You don't need the wine. Yeah!
Hey,
Oh, hello. Hi, Mom.
Mark!
Oh, hi, Mark.
Oh.
Oh, no. Oh, this. Oh, like this. Wow, he really is like his father. You're gonna need this wine, yeah. He's got all the subtlety of his dad.
Now he's left another planet in ruins, and his new kid is sitting in my kitchen.
It's a lot to take in.
He didn't have to go to that planet. He certainly didn't have to find a new partner and have a new baby.
I mean, that's an interesting place to start with what Omni-Man didn't have to do, but okay.
Children that age need constant care. He doesn't even have a name.
Well, he ages fast. He won't stay a toddler for long.
I mean, I feel like, I don't know, it's hard to say, right? What is his lifespan? It feels like it'll average out to being human, no? Maybe a little faster than human? You know what, though? I think if Debbie's the kind of person I think she is, while this is a really extreme situation for her to have to cope with, I think on net it's good. Because she has something to do. She has something to take care of. Takes the focus away from herself and her problems and, an empty house filled with wine.
Maybe I could take a year off from college to look after him.
What? No, absolutely not.
I've been gone
Debbie.
for 2 months.
That ship has sailed.
What about Cecil?
No. No way.
There's got to be other options.
Like what? He's purple.
Way to bring up his skin color, Mark. He seems like a good-natured baby.
You're right about Dad leaving his problems for other people to fix.
That doesn't help the kid.
He's my brother. And I can't just abandon him.
Yeah, good guy, Mark.
Oh, you must get it from my side of the family.
Fair.
Don't quit school, Mark.
Quit school, Mark. She's in good spirits. Interesting.
But you're changing that diaper before you go anywhere.
Interesting. Interesting that turned out positively. That's a relief. But it makes sense.
Sir, may I have a minute?
We're a little busy, Donald, if
Ask
you
him.
hadn't noticed.
I need you to make time for...
For Donald. Make time for Donald, Cecil.
Everybody out!
Donald making time. Donald making his own time.
You were in shock. You got burned pretty bad.
Burned? Is that what you call this?
Oh, he kept digging. I thought that was it. I thought he was flesh and blood. That's not that big a deal. I mean,
It's what we did to you. State of the art. It's expensive as hell.
You're welcome, Donald.
When we pulled you out, your brain was intact. The rest of you, not so much.
The rest of me?
This is great. This is great news. I mean, it's the same brain. It's the same you. There's not even any, philosophical quandaries of, am I the same person because I have the same memories? You are the same person with a vastly improved body. Since the beginning of the Donald hero arc, maybe desk work is wasted on Donald. I feel like Cecil could have just told him this from the beginning and it would have been all right.
What do you want, Donald? You'd rather be dead? You know the world we live in, what the job is.
I'm kind of with Cecil here, though he could have been more forthcoming about the information.
Since when did you start locking the window?
Mark, holy shit. I started locking it after that giant bug dressed like a dog showed up. Did you save them from those
Fair.
Meteors.
Oh, yeah.
Right,
I saved them from nothing.
You were gone 2 months. Now you don't even check in?
I have really
I
important
needed to see
information for you,
my mom
Cecil.
and my girlfriend first.
We had a deal, Mark. You promised if I put you in the field, you'd follow orders. You don't get to pick and choose when that applies.
Speaking of perspective, this has got to be a wake-up call, right? Like, Mark saw firsthand what they did to the Mantis planet. Mark is now under interplanetary blackmail to subject his species, which he doesn't seem to be thinking about at all. He has not mentioned it once, which seems to be the big elephant in the room. I mean, he's a kid. He wants to see Amber. No shade to Amber anymore, but it's just the perspective is totally different now.
And it looks like everything here was just fine.
Yeah. Things were just peachy.
With Omnipotus. Wow, the whole Avengers Infinity War was a subplot.
What I did out there, what I found was important.
Say it.
You already know, don't you?
Oh, wow.
We keep an eye on Debbie for her protection.
Oh, they knew when he got back.
All right, since you already know everything, I'll go see my girlfriend like I planned.
Fine by me. I'll send a team to pick up Nolan's kid.
No, no, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Come on.
Call your people off.
They're already on their way.
Call them off.
Oh,
Now.
this is not great. This is not great. We don't need this infighting.
Fine. I'm sure your mom will love looking after her ex-husband's new kid.
Admittedly, it's tough. It's a lot to cope with, but it is okay, I think. Honestly, my gut feeling is it's the best thing for Debbie overall.
Oh my God, you're back.
I missed you
That's
so
really
much.
sweet of her for him to be gone this long and for that to be her reaction.
They took me to this insane planet. Tarium in Philadelphia when I was visiting my aunt.
She may have made a different excuse, but okay.
Bridget, Janny, and Corey.
Hey, dude. Nice to finally meet you.
Got a weird feeling about Corey.
I thought Amber was just trying to brush off creepy dudes.
Like Corey. Corey was waiting for his chance.
I don't know what I'm gonna do.
And I thought I had
Understandable.
a few months.
Yeah.
Shit, I'm sorry. I've been talking about myself this whole time.
I mean, given the perspective.
Failed a sociology test that's worth 1/3 of my grade.
Seriously? You?
How will you ever recover in your life?
My grandpa died. I didn't take
Sad.
it too well.
Oh.
And I wasn't there for that. It's all my fault. Amber's had a total girlfriend redemption since season 1 so far. She's really, really understanding.
He can't change how I feel about you, no matter how many planets he destroys. That's the important thing. I'm glad you're back.
Wow, I thought Omni-Man's redemption would be the biggest climb, but I guess it's Amber. Amber clawing her way out of a pretty deep hole to become ultimate girlfriend. I mean, for real, so many people would make such a bigger deal out of such smaller things. Speaking from personal experience in all directions. Also missing from that conversation that I feel would have been typical is, were any of the alien girls pretty? Where like every answer is wrong? You know what? Amber is significant. But you got the same brain, Don. Oh my god. Oh my god. A dream, maybe?
Sir?
Yeah. So many other characters have this problem so much worse.
May I remind you that Monster Girl's transformations cause her to age in reverse? I know how my team's powers work. Then you must understand that this kind of training is hazardous for her. I've developed a simulation and...
I don't know. Oh,
Logically, if there's a way to mitigate your lost time...
oh we're doing so well.
After one date, there's not going to be another one.
Oof. Poor robot. He just doesn't have it. Honestly speaking, I can't say I wouldn't have had a similar reaction to Monster Girl. Well, it's so sad. It's out of genuine concern. He's just not really that socially adept.
Tried calling, but they're not answering.
It may be unmanned.
Except it's packed to the gills with biomatter.
Parasites.
Ship's coming from Mars, huh? I wonder if there's anyone here with insider knowledge of Mars.
Yeah, you said what you said.
Prepare yourselves, for the truth may be more than you can handle.
We know you're a Martian. I think we'd let you join the team without figuring that out.
Oh, good. They did have a screening process. Thank God.
Son of a bitch.
What we don't know
I thought he just walked on.
is how you got to Earth and why you're here.
Yeah, this seems like a big oversight for Cecil.
I hitched a ride to Earth with your space people. And when I got here, I was inspired to do good. I met all of you.
Wait a second. What happened to the real astronaut?
Well,
Well, I mean, one might guess that
It's
maybe,
the parasites.
and this is a maybe, he possibly became a possessed host for the singular and terrifying Sequid hive mind.
Okay, that's okay. That's fine. Just blow it out of the sky.
it's all your fault.
Yes, you understand now. Oh, that's bad.
We're gonna believe this guy? He lied to us the whole time.
No, before I was lying. Now I'm telling the truth. It's
Okay,
very
right.
different.
Yeah, that makes sense. I get it. That's fair. I very strongly relate to this. It's like how everything I've ever done that was wrong wasn't really me. It was, I don't know, something possessed me. But everything good I did, that was all me, 100%.
There are millions of Sequids on that ship, maybe hundreds.
Can they
of
survive
millions. We won't
the
be
cold
enough.
vacuum of
I
space?
realize this is out of character, but I have an idea.
Just blow them up. Does that potentially like rain Sequids down on Earth? This is humbling. Oh yeah, Eve.
Did you see what I did in Chicago? The park collapse?
That's not that big a deal.
I try to help, and all I do is cause more problems. My
That's
parents were right.
fair
Who do I think
and
I am?
important, but not the end of the story.
To fuck up is human. Shakespeare said that.
Damn, look at Rex.
Having powers isn't easy, but we do our best. Even assholes like me.
Then look at Rex.
You are so far in the black that it's stupid.
I thought about this a lot on a much smaller scale. When I was living in China, there was a period where I decided I should take more of an active role in caring about my environment. And so I set out to do things I thought would be beneficial that people would appreciate. Really simple things like the door slammed. So I installed anti-door slamming strips, just little things like that. But even at that small of a scale with no stakes, I realized how dubious that kind of thing is. Because even that like created a problem, like the door started sticking and people were like confused about what was going on. And I don't know if it was a net positive or not. And it just ended up feeling embarrassing. And like I would stand up for things, like I would stand up for having the appropriate days off or whatever. Because I thought, and a good reason to think, because, you know, my coworkers were voicing complaints about these sorts of things, that it was important, that the principle was important. But even that, it didn't really seem to make people that happy. It felt like I was taking big stands for sort of nothings based on principle, which got weaker and weaker the more I thought about it and the more I had to like face people, look people in the eye when I was making these big demands. It's really tough to get it right. But that's not the whole analysis. Eve has so much she can do, right? And I think that realization is important. It's good to have that humility. It's good to know. It's good to be aware that even well-meaning actions can backfire. The answer is not just to throw in the towel and give up. The answer is to proceed with those considerations. I'm willing to bet Eve will be a lot more careful the next time she makes a structure, if ever. She will probably be a little bit more cautious about using the full reign of her powers when there are civilians present, etc. Actually, I do feel it's kind of positive that she's visiting her family. It feels like a good chance to sort of come back to Earth and understand them and just give in a little bit so that they'll ease off and be more open to actually connecting. But like just staying here forever and not doing anything, obviously a waste. Agreeing with Rex.
I checked on that couple you pulled from the river. They're gonna make a full recovery.
That's great.
Because of you.
And no one was harmed in the park thing, so
dry
whatever.
your tears, tell your parents to go shove it up their asses, and get back out there.
Sure, you can do that too, I guess. Also, we have a mission for you already. That's why I'm here.
I do have a tiny favor to ask that involves a space rocket ship. Pew, pew, pew.
I know this is terrible. I kind of want the sequence to land on Earth. I think it would be so crazy.
It's delicious. What are we gonna do with you? You've got to like at least one human food.
What did the mantis species eat? Smaller insects? Each other?
Hey, do you know where Dad's stuff is?
I got rid of most of it. Give it to charity.
What?
What about the books?
You could have asked me first.
Well, you were gone for 2 months, and I couldn't live in limbo just waiting for you to come back.
You gotta read the books, Mark. Your destiny's in the books.
What were you looking for?
Books.
When the Viltrumites were taking Dad away,
You told me to read his
to
books.
read his books.
It's so
What
heartbreaking
if he
in
hid
such a
something
bizarre
in
way.
them, like slid it between the pages?
No, I don't know. Felt to me like he was making a last desperate attempt at being remembered and understood.
Sorry, Debbie, it's urgent.
Well, use the door. Look at
I
that.
need you to go to space
He's growing.
again.
What? I just got back from space.
Closer space.
Think about when you go back to work. You'll need a trained caretaker, not some neighborhood babysitter. We have people for that.
That's our decision, not yours.
Cecil's such an interesting character because he's obviously very personally motivated, but he's not. There's good stuff in there.
You just got back from space.
Well, they're heading for Earth, and it's
Can Amber hold out? Starting to feel for Amber.
So
Just come back safe.
Everyone has a limit.
Always.
It can't. Yeah, it doesn't work like this forever. It probably won't work out. This is really weird for me to think about. Like, I actually personally really hate this in superhero movies. When the whole point of the hero's life becomes about not having the girl be angry. In the category of movies everyone seems to like that I hate, probably my number one is the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movies, because it's all about Mary Jane. And I came here to see Spider-Man. I don't care at all about Mary Jane. I don't care if she understands. You're Spider-Man. Right now it's giving me the reverse feeling where that's actually happening. You know, like Invincible's not obsessing over her. He is answering to his responsibilities based on his gifts and his higher calling. And I feel bad for her. Like, yeah, I mean, what do you do in that situation? It's a relationship. I get it. It's not petty this time. It's like legitimately a struggle. It's not like, oh, you were 5 minutes late for my recital or whatever.
Hey, Janny, you guys got plans tonight? Nah, everything's fine. Just
Mark's
gonna take my
going
mind
to
off
Philadelphia
things.
again. That creepy guy in the room will be happy, whatever his name was.
Got room for one more?
Hey, wow. This feels really good. What a long time coming, this team up. It's been forever.
This guy is now the ranking guardian on Earth.
Should have never given this guy power.
Says who?
Me. Just now. It's like
This guy
college-
gave himself power.
Okay, first rule, no rolling those eyes.
Don't accept it. Don't roll with it. Don't get into the passenger seat of whatever this is.
Like there's gonna be 2 huge world-shattering emergencies.
There's about to be 2
at the
world
same
shattering
time.
emergencies at the same time. Oh no.
I'd like to see that, Ray.
That's gonna happen. One of them is Lizard League, I guess. That doesn't really feel earth-shattering, but
I know it's not my break, but I missed lunch.
Get your damn snack and get out of.
shoot him! Oh, okay, too late. The Lizard League. Oh, Jerry was innocent. Oh, I did not leave a lot of time for that. That was an epic backwards jump. Lizard League.
Man, my dad's a dick, but you win the shitty dad contest down.
Thank you, I guess.
So Shapesmith here is going to answer all of our questions.
Shapesmith should just go. He's a Martian, he's immune, right? Also, they're taking a huge risk. I mean, do we know for certain that Invincible is immune? That would be terrible. This is a high-stakes gamble. Why not just nuke it? Space nuke it. Nuke it out of the space sky.
They'll know the difference between space garbage and whatever we are.
You're telling us this now?
Yes, I'm telling you this now. Also, fire missiles when the spot is coming.
There it is.
Yes, those. Look, those are the missiles I was talking about.
Get out there.
Everyone, close to me now!
Phase. Oh, I thought they were gonna phase through. Can you do... That's not as good as I was expecting. I thought we had a better plan. Like, you know, phasing through.
Order of garlic knots and some wings.
2 garlic knots.
2 garlic knots.
God, I miss garlic knots.
Cecil's just checking in to say hi, right? Cecil? Right?
Lizard League. Cecil never checks in to say hi.
Please, calm down. We have enough oxygen for at least 10 minutes.
That's a huge relief.
Together for 10 minutes.
Everyone who can fly, push towards the ship.
Spontaneous front shield, turning the missiles into rats, breaking apart and reforming the ship. Not space bubble. I think I got really lucky with that room choice.
I know he is the cause of all this, but we are here to help.
You're humans. They'll
You're,
enslave
yeah,
you immediately.
we don't know. We don't know.
Like the rest of our kind.
We're not sure. Are we sure?
We can withstand them. We can.
I don't know.
Gross.
Don't touch it, you. Okay, that's not great.
Los Angeles, Chicago.
Die fast, assholes! My pizza's getting cold.
I gotta get back to the garlic knots. Gee, I don't know which scenario is more terrifying. It's just punching jelly. It doesn't do anything. It's just flesh. It's kind of like Shigaraki.
They'll be awake again soon.
Kill as many as you can while they're out.
There's gotta be a better way than doing this manually. Oh, is that why we couldn't blow up the ship? Because of Martian lives? Wow, that's nice. That's really nice of them. I don't think in real life anybody would care about that. Now back to the real threat. Lizard League. Another one. Another Kate life lost.
I thought these guys were supposed.
Oh, that was terrible. I can't remember if this is covered. How many times can she split? Is there no penalty? Oh my god. I know that it's not her final form dying, but... Come on, Rex. Come on, Rex. There you go. There you go. Oh! I severely underestimated Lizard League.
Come on, Eve. You can do this.
Oh, don't get out.
It'll hopefully stun them long enough for us to get Russ off this ship.
Wow, Rudy sacrificing his own safety. Rudy just soft, vulnerable flesh.
Yeah, you're gonna fucking pay for that.
Come on, big and small girl. Okay, there you go. Yeah, do the fox die thing. Nano machines up your nose. Should have done that from the beginning. This guy has amazing dexterity. Holy. Wait. You better have. Why didn't you chew? That's good. Okay. This is amazing and terrible. Is she gonna make it? Oh my. I was not prepared for this scene. I did not think that Lizard League was going to be the ones. Oh no, his little glow sticks. Oh, my underestimation of Lizard League was their underestimation of Lizard League. That's why they're all dead. The only silver lining of this is that you have garlic knots after. There's nothing you can do about gun.
You got this.
Rex is too annoying to die.
No.
This is also terribly suited for Invincible. His power is kind of meaningless. The 180 my mind has just done. I'm like, can we just get through the Lizard League stuff to get to the, the sequids? Nope. There's been a lot of craziest things in the show. That was insane. Okay. All right. Okay. What now?
Oh, wow.
Yes! Finally some good news, at least. Alan is alive. Wait.
Felt like I was dead. This is...
Wait.
Oh, this is a nice surprise.
We're waiting for the zoom out. Cautious optimism.
Oh, I broke it. Oh, this thing. I bet this is expensive.
Oh, you came out more ripped.
I am glad to see you in one piece, Alan.
Oh, I thought you tried to kill him.
You would either die or recover
Stronger. Okay. Alright, I may have misjudged you. That's a very Viltrumite thing to do, actually. Do you know what the real Viltrumite is? Is that supposed to mean something?
I am the only Viltrumite to ever rebel against the Empire.
What? There's more of us. Wow.
I need you to go back to Earth and bring Invincible here.
Yes, this is great news.
He is the key to turning the tide of this war.
Leave it to Alan. Alan's got this. Well, I ended on an optimistic note after, a lot of sadness. Some hope. This season is wild. It's far exceeding my expectations so far. I was wondering how it could possibly hope to contend with the first season, which, I don't think there is any contending with the first season. But it's amazing. It's got all the same notes that I remember and love. And the scale keeps getting larger. This intergalactic war with all these different factions and parties. This episode, I think, was very strong contribution into the invincibleness of the show, that scene of them getting wiped out, losing major characters like it was nothing. Though, then again, this is Invincible. Is anybody ever really truly gone? As long as their brains are intact, and then there's cloning, robotics, but still, one of the most chilling moments from that scene, aside from the carnage, obviously, was the moment of Rex trying to bargain. This isn't happening, this isn't possible. The smart-assed one, just in total denial, looking totally helpless against the Lizard League of all things. My expectations are just all over the place. Like, actually, Mark returning home with the kid, too, ended up being somewhat pleasant. I feel good about that. I feel like it's wholesome. I think overall it's good for Debbie, as complex as that is. I think it's heartwarming in a way that she's gonna raise the kid. Such a huge range in this episode. Starting with the farewell, the mother's farewell to her kid, to Mark's return, to the sequence coming back, to the Guardians left on Earth getting annihilated. So much fun.